Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm sending off a happy mail to Karolina, and this is a DIY mini album kit. So I'm going to show you everything that I have made for her and how I've packaged it up. This is a sample of what I have created for a mini album with the products that I have sent to her, and I'm going to use this as a little sample to show you the method behind everything here. So I have given her an album. I have left it sealed. This is supposed to be a DIY project, and if I opened this album I probably would have created the whole thing for her, so I had to really keep this sealed so that I didn't accidentally make the whole item for her. So this is removable. If she chooses, she could use this or keep this or put it on a different project, but I just wanted to have a way to sort of address that it was for her, and it has an inspirational message of you can do this, and there's all the products that are in this collection here. So I'm going to take everything out and I'll put it back in just so you can see everything that I have created for her to be able to make this kit. And let's see here. Move everything out. See if I can put it back the same way. So I have made an elevator pocket here, and this is really a simple way of gifting gifts that you can have it really be expandable, and it just takes two 12 by 12 pieces of paper. I can link here. I have a video of how I've created this pocket. I've made a little cover on the front that says mini album kit, and it's just paper clipped on, so she could actually take this off and she could reuse this, or she could even, if she needed like extra paper or something, she could cut some of these pieces if she just was desperate for some paper. But I have included some extra paper for her. So in the back I'll show you first the things that I have gifted her. This is the Jen Hadfield collection called My Bright Life, and it is the homemade line. And I've also gifted her this set of Chamel stickers. So these are all things that are just brand new in the package. They're things that I used in my mini album here. So you can see, like, here's an example of where I've used the strawberry. And let's see here. There's the milkshake from there. So I've also gifted her, like, here's one of the puffy stickers, and I've used all of these different components in my album. So I've gifted her just the actual raw materials as little extras, but then I've created for her some specific things. So the first thing that I've made for her that you'll need to get started is the 4x4 pre-cut pieces of background papers. So that's for her in there. I've also created a set of die cuts. So if you look at, well, let's just see. Okay, this is sort of all over the place here. Here's one here. So here's a tab, for example. So I have created this little tab, and in this set of die cuts there are tabs, flowers, different shapes of flowers. I've cut some scallop punches of circles and everything that you need, some little banners and flags and things to make it really simple to be able to start creating and add little extra embellishments. So you can see how I have this thread is all throughout the album as well. So I've gifted her some of this So Easy Fancy floss. I have made a sequin mix. So the idea is that you would create a pocket with your fuse tool or sewing machine, and you can just put in some sequins and then the little 2x2s or a picture. So she can make this into a scrapbook album, or she could just make it into a little flip book. However she chooses, she could gift it to a pen pal. I used mine for a scrapbook, and if she wanted to print some pictures, she could do the same thing. So I've given her 2 sequin mixes, and here you can see, like, I have created die cuts for her of these flower pieces, so she could create her own little layered flowers, or she could use them individually. There's 3 layered flowers on there with a sequin in the middle. So I made 2 sequin mixes, so she had enough for her project. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these back in here now. And everything is just clipped on like these little 2x2s. This is a package of 2x2s as well, and that's what we used here. You can see this little 2x2. So in these set of 4 pockets, you can use the 2x2 there. So I'll just put these in. And the thing that I like about these elevator pockets is that you can really make lots of room without damaging the products if you need extra space there. And then this is one of my shaker pockets. It says Smile. That's already pre-made. A little extra decorative piece to put in the pockets here, but also a way of gifting her something that she could actually incorporate into the album. So speaking of things to incorporate into the album, I've also gifted her these cards. So I have made my own pages here just with these little cards, and you can just punch 2 holes in either side and create a whole new page, or you can use these, and I have actually used them quite often. Here is a good example. So these are those cards I have underneath. I've used one as like a mat, and this one I've used as its own page. You can just glue 2 of these cards together and stick one of the tabs in between, and you've got an instant page. And I've just embellished it with a little like puffy sticker and a photo on there, so that's something that she can create. I've also gifted her, one of my flowers has come off, hasn't even gone anywhere, and it's already moving around. So I've gifted her a set of these flowers. I have created these rolled flowers, and I tried to adhere them with an adhesive that is removable. I can link here my video on how I create this just with a scallop punch. And I wanted to make some rolled flowers for her, and I put stickles on them so that she can use those already pre-made in her album as a little added embellishment. And another little added embellishment that I have made for her, oh, I should put my thing back on there, my little 2x2 square. So everything that is in here, even as decorations, these paper clips are meant to be, you know, something that she could have as a paper clip within the album itself, and then it can stick out the top and create a little extra added layer of interest. So I've gifted her these, and they're also inspirational messages like, "Hi, you go girl," because this is a do-it-yourself kit. There's another one of my things. As soon as I put those paper clips on there, it was messing with my adhesive. Like I said, I really wanted to make these removable, but I wanted to stick them in place. So I used like a great little glue that's removable, but you have to be careful not to remove it themselves. So I've made these fun little mini rosettes out of vellum and gifted those to her. So those are already ready to go. There we go. Like I said, I've got to be careful when I clip this. Let's put it on this side so it doesn't knock into those rosettes. There you go, girl. So she can use the paper clip. She can use the 2x2 square. Goes there. I've also created some little feathers or butterflies for her, and that is this butterfly here, so that she can use those as embellishments as well. Let's tuck these little guys in there, little sequin mixes. This little set of cards, little 2x2 cards. I didn't seal this yet, so you can see how very many cards there are for her to use. There's lots of themes to choose from. So again, if she just wanted to make this a fun, inspirational flip book to send to someone, then she definitely could. If she wanted to make it an album like I have, she can just have lots of fun. I'm sure she will create something gorgeous. She's super talented and an absolute sweetheart. She's totally enjoying paper crafting. She uses a silhouette, and I wanted to make sure that I included some papers for her so that she could cut out some of her own things if she wanted to. I've gifted her one of my little lollipops. I can link here if you want to see how I created these little lollipops, just a little extra thing that she can use. I've gifted her some Lush from My Mind's Eye, some different trims that I think would come in handy, as well as I used feathers in my album, and I can show you an example right there where I've used feathers and one of those butterflies. So I've gifted her some feathers as well that she can use in her album as well. Let's see. I should have put this one in first. It's hard to tuck in because it's so light. There we go. It's in there. And then I've gifted her another little pre-made shaker pocket that is just pink, white, and gold that will match this album, but it adds a little decoration to her mini album kit elevator pocket here. I just wanted to give you a little bonus. These are some of the little mini albums that I have created in the past, and I'm just going to do a quick little sort of flip through of some of the elements, ways that you can create with these mini books. You can use the entire 4x4 as a page on its own with a picture. You can do little mini pictures, so you can create little shakers. This is one of my favorite albums that I've created with Doodlebug. It's just so cute, and this is a simple one that's a lot less bulky, so you can keep these really quite simple, and you can use tags in between each of the pockets for a little kind of divider. And I think I can link here this video. I have an entire video on this album here. I also have another Jen Hadfield album I can link here for you, and you can just see quickly. Here's another way that I use these little like journaling cards. These are like little journaling spots where you can either have them so that they can be taken out, or you can just use them as part of the background. So I've really had a lot of fun creating with these albums, and I just think that it's a perfect little gift to give someone that they can have a lot of fun with as well. Okay, so I'm going to put everything in this box. So I've decorated the box with some of the papers from this collection, and I've just glued a 12 by 12 paper to the top. So here I actually had to cut these down to 10 by 12, but I wanted to include some extra papers, one of each of the papers for her to be able to work with. So in case she, wanted to make an extra little page, or she wanted to cut something specific out, I wanted to make sure that she had some of that paper to work with, in case there was anything that I missed or anything that she had in mind to do on her own. It's just nice to have some extra papers to work with. Okay, so I've got, this was a box that I kind of designed everything around fitting in here. So here's my elevator pocket, can go straight in there, and it can fit in there nicely. And then her album can go in here. And then the last thing that I have done is I have gifted her some treats. specifically from Canada. So these are a bunch of different chocolate bars like Coffee Crisp and Kit Kat and Aero that I believe are specific to Canada. So she can enjoy those. And then I'm just going to come in and I'm going to put shred around everything so that it is pretty when she opens it up. And it will keep everything nicely in place. Let's go like that as well. There you go. And then I'm going to come in with some confetti. It's like sticking to me. There we go. Come in with some confetti. It's perfectly matched with the inside there, with the gold and the like mint green. And I need to add some, oh I know, a little bit. When I made her sequin stuff, I had a tiny little bit of the mix left over, so that can just get sprinkled on top for some added color and sound. That's perfect use for that. I have created some of these yellow butterflies. I think would be nice to add them in here as well so that she can take them out and actually use them. So you just puff up the sleeves. I've been adding to my little butterflies, I've been adding some extra, there we go. I've been adding some extra little things to the center so that they have something in the middle, but I use it by whatever matches the project I'm working on. So if it was silver, I would match silver or gold or copper or whatever it would be. I have created a little letter for her here on a Let's Get Crafty card that I thought is sort of perfect, considering this whole project is to motivate her to create something new. So I'm just going to seal this up and add that to the top. I almost forgot another thing I wanted to add. I wanted to give her a fuzzy heart to clip to the binder ring, so when she's done she can clip this inside the binder ring of the album and it will hang over the edge of the album as like a fun little fluffy heart on the edge there. So I've just gifted her this little note on what that little key ring is for, and it matches so perfectly with the gift. I'm actually not even going to wrap it. There. Now I have to send this or seal this box up before I keep adding so many other things, because honestly I don't know where to stop. I could just keep, well, what if she needs this and what if she needs that? I keep thinking of these last minute things. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to look at my links down below, and I will have all of the girls who are participating in this DIY swap. Everyone is creating a different project to send to their pen pal. I will be receiving something from a different girl than I am sending to, and that is the nature of this swap. You don't know who is sending to you, you just know who you are sending to. And the idea was that you could do a number of different projects. You could do a 3D project, a tag flip, a pocket letter, any sort of kit that you wanted to send to your crafty friend to create, especially during this time right now when we're home more often and we have, you know, some more time to craft potentially, and this is something that will brighten up someone's day. So I hope she enjoys it, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time.